So the role of a general manager is to try to bring together and manage all the different parts and elements of a production. So I'll work closely with Matt and the creative team at the beginning to try and understand what their vision is and how best we can realise that, how much it will cost, what the timings of it will be, and all the logistical arrangements for bringing an idea to life.
So a big part of my role would be to work very closely with the set designer, taking the design and the model and then making it into reality. Automation's become such a massive part of the show, and that was 18 months of scratching my head and working very closely with engineers to realise and work out how we were going to make this. There are other supervisors who would look after wardrobe and wigs, lighting and sound. I have to try and tie all the technical aspects of the show together and coordinate things so that we can get the production on, get through tech and then tour it around the world.
In terms of my role as a stage manager, I kind of oversee the overall production on a daily basis. In the rehearsal periods, we work closely with the creatives to get all the blocking down of the show. So that's basically everything that you'll see move or an entrance or an exit is all documented, and then that all goes into the book. So you kind of have to then memorise all of that. So when it comes to the performance, you know exactly what everyone's doing, where everyone needs to be.
At the end of the rehearsal period, we do what we call a tech week, which is the week where we come to a venue and we bring everybody involved in the creation of the show. For the first time, we have all the costumes, we are on set, we've got all the props, we get the lights, we get the sound, the music, and we begin to see the show take shape.
In the tech week, it's pretty hectic and really, really busy. We needed, with all the scene changes, to go through it step by step without cast around. And then later on in the day, in the afternoon, we do our first tech session or tech run. In the dinner break, when the cast are off stage, everything that is broken or needs sorting out is done over that hour period of break. And then you go back into your second tech period, and it's just continuing on with the day from there. And then at the end, we all power off. There's a big note session so everyone knows what's important for the next day, what needs to be done, everything's going on notes to be fixed, and then it starts all over again.
That's only really the beginning of the story for me, because I'm in charge of moving the show from its initial tech week all the way around the country and then often overseas. And that comes with all sorts of things that people don't really want to worry about.
When we arrive at a new venue, we've got a whole new space to contend with. My assistant stage managers are in charge of all the props, making sure the wings are nice and safe. We've got all the other departments, the carpenters, wardrobe, wigs, automation, electric, sound. Everyone has got their own part to play in the show. We try and keep everything true to how we first set up the show in our tech period. And this is just so we've got consistency for cast and crew. One of the biggest challenges on a Tuesday for us is that we've got a new crew in the theatre that we'll be in, and we only really get one afternoon to get them up to speed with the show. So we transfer all our knowledge of the show to those people, so we're getting the same show every night.
This show is quite hefty size, but we're going to move it weekly. So the show will fit up on a Sunday afternoon, and by the end of hopefully Sunday evening, the main structure of the show will be up. The lighting rig will be up, the sound system will be in, and then we come in on a Monday as touring staff and we finish everything off, finish building the crosses, the ladders, and then by Tuesday afternoon, everything technically has to be ready for a dress run or rehearsal. Then for the most of the week, we are in show calls. So we'll be in for the evening, 2.5 hours before we come to the show to make sure everything's working, powered on. And then we get to Saturday, so we do 2 shows and then we load it all out and it all goes back onto trucks, which will then drive ready for people to start loading it back in on Sunday. It changes every week, it's fresh every week. Yes, it might be the same show, but you have to adapt every week, different venues, different people. You know, the hours are long sometimes, and it is hard work. You know, you always have to push yourself and keep pushing and always learn something, you know.
We're very proud of the level of the production values that we have in our shows. We work very hard and strive to be the best company that we can be. We have an incredibly loyal and dedicated group of people who work with us, not just on stage, but behind the scenes as well.
I would suggest that anybody who's getting into the industry get as much experience as you can, because have that understanding of other people and their departments and how the whole thing comes together on this sort of scale is just incredibly important. And the more people you apply to, the more people you write to, and you'll find that most people will try and accommodate you in some way, but just by sheer tenacity and putting yourself out there is a good way to get into the business.